In case you're not tired of me talking about it yet, I am 22 books behind my Goodreads goal, and I've read 22 books this year. Hi, my name is Chloe. Welcome to Reading with Chloe. I read sometimes. This is my halfway checkpoint wrap-up review thing. Of the 22 books I've read so far, I need to read 20. I should have read 22 more books than this at this point. I need to double what I've already read, plus read about 50 more. Let's be honest, at this point, I don't think I'm hitting 100 books. I might lower it down to 75. But let's start with the first book I read this year. It was a reread. Hunting Prince Dracula, Carrie Vanescalco. I feel like I should just talk about my first 4 reads, because my first 4 reads were Hunting Prince Dracula, Escaping from Houdini, Capturing the Devil, and Becoming the Dark Prince, which is an ebook only novella. Read the first book as my last book of 25. Decided just to continue on with the series and reread them all. This is my favorite series of all time, so I was like, let me just reread them all, and I love them. It's no surprise I gave every single one of these 5 stars. I was starting 2026 off well. I had gotten like 4 books done right away, and like I was happy about it because they were my comfort reads, and I was like, whoa, this year's gonna go so well. Just in case you haven't heard what Stalking Jack the Ripper is, which is the first book in this series. So this series follows Audrey Rose and Thomas. They are a detective couple, or, you know, maybe couple blossoming relationship detectives. Going through different murder mystery cases. This one's a Vlad the Impaler-like killer, a Houdini-esque guy, and then this one is H.H. Holmes. There is a novella, and it's in Thomas's point of view, and it takes place during part of the 3rd book, leading into the 4th book, and I want them to make it a physical edition of it so bad. So bad. It's fine. It's fine. I really want it, but it's fine. I don't think it's gonna happen, but fingers crossed, you know. Publishing gods, hear my call. Yeah, so starting the year off real well, real fast, reread the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, minus the first one. The next book I read, Brimstone Kelly Hart. I actually started this book in 2025, finished it in 26, and I was stuck on this book for months. I really struggled with this one. I really enjoyed Quicksilver, the first book, so when I was like a little bit of a reading slump, I was like, just pick up the second one. I really liked the first one. I'm sure it's gonna be great, just like the first one, and this definitely has second book, what do you call it, where the second book just, it's boring. The first book is so good, and this one just felt flat, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. I think I gave Quicksilver 4 or 5 stars, and I gave this one 2 stars. I like the characters still. I was just so bored, and it was so hard to get through. It was a hard one to get through for me. I don't know if anybody else has felt this way. Did you read Brimstone? Did you feel the same way? Or did you like it more than Quicksilver? But I did read it, and I finally finished it, and it wasn't my most favorite thing in the world. Gave it 2 stars. Back on the train of reading books that weren't that great. Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straub. What's the best way to explain this one? Okay, I saw this book in the shop and with its pretty sprayed edges, and I was like, interested, and then didn't buy it, and then got a reel about a girl reacting to a specific scene in it, and I was like, well, now I gotta know. Now I gotta know what's in this book. So I bought both of them. People were like, isn't that like snake smut? And I'm like, kind of, because he is a basilisk. This book is a fever dream. It's a fever dream, and there is a love triangle, but it's so hard for me to root for the basilisk, which I think is the who she's leading you towards. It is really hard for me to like and root for the basilisk when he treats her awfully. The FMC is annoying. The 2 MMCs are worse. Mix in some unhinged, spicy scenes, including one where she has to have sex with one of the MMC's fathers in front of the MMC. It's insane. Okay, there's a lot in here. It's insane. I gave this book 1 star. I still have the second book to read though, so. Then we got to my first read of the year of a new read and something I actually enjoyed. This is Something Wicked by Fallon Ballard. This I really enjoyed. I gave it 4 stars. Just to like, look at the cover first. Look at the cover, okay? And it has some pretty spread edges. I was sent this as an ARC and then didn't get to it in time before it was published, but decided to crack down on my ARCs a little bit, and I read it. And This was also when Moulin Rouge was coming to my city, like the Broadway Moulin Rouge play was like coming to, and I was gonna see it, and I ended up seeing it twice because I'm a fiend, and I really wanted a book that like was Moulin Rouge-esque, and this is pitched Macbeth mixed with Moulin Rouge, a romantasy, hypnotic saga of sex, love, and murder. I actually really enjoyed this book, and it feels like a standalone, but then again, I was just sent the arc for the second one, which I believe is following two other different characters in the same universe. There is also like a whole magic system and politics. There's a lot going on in this short little book, but I really enjoyed it, and I really wanted something Moulin Rouge-esque, and it delivered on that. If you're a Moulin Rouge fan, you will probably like this book. It has all like the key moments of Moulin Rouge, and it's just I really liked it. I really liked it's in a romantasy world, it's fantasy, there's magic, there's politics. It's just that it's a pretty cover. It's so pretty. I really enjoyed this one, and I really need more people to actually read it. The next one I don't own physically, and the next one comes with a little bit of a caveat as well, because I read this for about a month before the author was then canceled on social media, and I was sent multiple for arcs that I still have to read because they're on my NetGalley and my reviews are gonna go down. Just know that I am aware of it, and like, so I'm not really promoting it, but I did read this a month before all this happened. But I'm going to tell you about it now. This is Fruit of the Flesh by Ivy Ophelia. I give this book 3 stars, okay? Because it is a fever dream of a book, and I also made my best friend read it. I think she was on the same page as me, I don't remember. My review on Goodreads was just, what the hell did I just read? Honestly shocked and disgusted, to be honest. Yet somehow I'm giving this book 3 stars. I don't even know the best way to explain this book, and the last like 10% of it goes into fever dream territory. It's kind of crazy, but I was actually getting like art from this book for a long time. Like, I kept getting promotions and stuff on Instagram showcasing the art, and it's I want to say ballerina and an artist. He's a sculptor, right? He's definitely, I remember him being a sculptor. I can't remember what she did. It's a marriage of convenience between an artisan and a ballerina, and a darkly seductive gothic romance. It's definitely thriller. Like, there's definitely some like thriller aspects to this book. Oh, okay, this book is normal to what am I reading? I feel like it slowly starts to happen in a very specific scene where the artisan is in his studio making sculptures, and he does certain things to said sculpture that looks like his marriage of convenience wife. It's crazy, it's insane. There's stuff about the author now out there, so read at your own discretion. Not necessarily promoting it, definitely trigger warning, definitely fever dream, definitely kind of horrifying to read. But it's pitched as a romantasy, so I don't really know what they were going with here, but that's all I'm gonna give you. Look up the rest to your own discretion. This is when I started falling behind, and I was like, I need to read something quick, and I chose to read the Better in Black Cassandra Clare Shadowhunters novella. This was around Valentine's Day too. It's like a bunch of quick love stories, so it was really easy to read. I gave it 4 stars. I actually got this book in the Kickstarter, so I got it before it was published, but read it around when it was published so I could just listen to the audiobook, because I am an audiobook girly. There's a ton of stories in here. I freaking love that whole like Chain of Gold cast. So Lucy, Jesse, James, and Cordelia, Anna, and Ari, Matthew. Like, I just love them. There's a Will and Tessa story in there. There's just a bunch of little stories. It's mostly just for if you're a Shadowhunters fan and you've read all the Shadowhunters books. You have to have read all of them, because otherwise you won't get any of it. But it's cute. Witchlight, Susan Dennard is next. This is the final book in the Witchlands series. I used to own this series. I got rid of all of them. I have read like Truth Witch, and I think the second one, Wind Witch and Blood Witch, like multiple times. Like, I really enjoyed the first 3. I remember really liking them. I remember being really excited for the new releases every time they came out. And then she went on a break for a while and then started publishing them again. And by then I had forgotten everything. And when I reread them and started the new part of the series, I wasn't liking them as much. So I wasn't super thrilled for the last one. I just was like, I should read it, finish the series. So I did. I gave it 1 star. The last couple books are just so boring. I don't care about the characters anymore. I didn't care about the world or plot anymore. Like, it's just I was reading it to finish my series. But Truth Witch follows basically two witches in this like magic system world. One is a Truth Witch, which is like a super rare magic ability, and the other, Iseult, is a... I know what I want to say, but I don't know if that's a spoiler, because I don't want to spoil that. But basically, this Blood Witch starts tracking them because he can smell the Truth Witch scent, and he's like, I'm tracking you because I'm getting paid to do it, stuff like that. I really actually love the Blood Witch. I love him so much. There's like magic, there's politics, there's all this stuff in this series, and I just wanted to be over with it. So I read the last one so I could be done. Thank God. And I give the last one 1 star. Is it really fair of me? I don't know. Would I probably liked it more if I had read them all as one continuous series? Definitely. I think the break in between made me just not care about the series anymore. Arcana Academy, one of my favorite reads of this year so far, by Elise Kova. I gave this book 4 stars. I love tarot magic, dark academia books so much. This follows our main girl who is basically sent to prison for illegally making tarot and doing tarot magic. Basically, in this world, they draw their own tarot cards, and then they can use the magic in that card if whoever drew it was powerful enough, and she's like insanely powerful, you know, as most FMCs are when they have a special kind of magic, but she was not trained in it. So she illegally is making these tarot cards, and she gets sent to prison for it. And then at prison, after like a year or two, I can't really remember, she gets an invitation. Like, these people come and like take her out of prison, and she gets an invitation to go study at the academy for arcana or the tarot magic stuff. Basically, there's princes, and one of the royal princes, runs this academy, and he basically sneaks her out of prison and is like, you're my fiance now, we're gonna study here, you're gonna be, you know, a good girl, do your classes, learn your magic, keep our secret. Marriage of convenience, fake marriage alliance situation, and dark academia, tarot, magic. I really actually enjoyed this, and the second book is coming out soon, and I can't wait to read it. J.R.R. Tolkien, The Hobbit, or There and Back Again. If you are a big Lord of the Rings or Hobbit fan, I apologize for what I'm about to say, but this is the second time I read The Hobbit, and I was trying to give it more of a chance the second time, because I really did not enjoy it the first time, and I was like, maybe while reading it the second time I'll enjoy it more because I'm older and I'm more mature and I can read J.R.R. Tolkien's writing and not want to gouge my eyes out. And I gave it even less of a star this time, because the first time I read it, I gave it 2 stars, and this time I gave it 1 star. I hate The Hobbit. It's such a boring book. It's literally just walking and walking and walking and traveling and walking and some more walking, and then we have a field of grass, and let me spend 3 pages explaining this field of grass to you. There's like nothing happening in this book. They're just walking the whole time. They're just walk, travel, walk, like that's all that's happening, and it's so boring, and I don't care about any of the characters, and I hate the writing style. I hate his prose. Why is this so popular? I don't get it. I feel like I should stop talking before I make more of you hate me. They're so boring to me. I don't get the appeal, but I'm also not that kind of fantasy girly. Like, I also don't like Brandon Sanderson, and I feel like Brandon Sanderson and J.R. Tolkien's writing styles are very similar in the way they talk and the way they explain and like tell things. I guess their prose is very similar. I don't connect to the characters the way they tell the story. I then listened to a short novella, The Land I Lost by Cassandra Clare. I've listened to this novella many, many times. There's not much I'm going to say about it. I give it 5 stars every time, and I love it. And I just needed something little and fun to like boost my mood. Next I read, this is the year of 1-star awful reads, Raise the Blood by Nemia Campbell. Book 1, I think, in a series. This is the first book. I think it's been Facebook Reels. Like, I've been getting these like Facebook Shorts, whatever they are, where people are like, easy series to read if you're behind and just need something fast. Like, here's some romances that are easy to read. Here are some completed duologies that you will like to read. Here are some of my favorite, not heard of vampire, romantasy, like I keep getting those reels and then I read one of the books on them and I'm like, what the hell did I just read? And this was one of them. This book, basically this girl gets sold off. Why do they always start with getting sold off to like a husband? They do, but like her sister like disappears and so she's like, I'm gonna go marry in my sister's place. I think I erased most of this book from my memory, so I can't tell you much. I remember the FMC driving me crazy because she wouldn't think. Like all this stuff was happening around her and she was like, oh, okay. Yeah, like she was annoying. The MMC was repeatedly essaying her, but she was okay with it because he was hot. Yeah, not a great time. Not a good read. Don't recommend. I didn't read, I think for 2 months after that. I think I took a 2-month like reading slump and I was moving in the middle of it and it was just, there was a lot going on personally and I'm like, I wasn't ready for reading and I read a lot of bad books so far. So finally, once I moved out here and I could listen to an audiobook and stuff like that, I started Release Me by Tahara Mafi. This is the continuation series of the Shatter Me series, following James now, who was a 10-year-old, I believe, in the original Shatter Me series. He is now 20, I think, or 19. He's an adult. He has some very, very adult thoughts, so I hope so. I gave this book 5 stars. I really have been loving these James books. I'm a Shatter Me girly. I love the Shatter Me books. I was really excited when she announced the first standoff series and now this is the second standoff series and I am an Aaron Warner girly. I freaking love James. He is a lot of fun. I'm a Kenji girly as well. They're stupid, they're fun, they're dystopian romances, and I have a lot of fun with them. They're really short, they're really easy to read. I've actually been listening to the audiobooks mostly. I love the series, and it definitely has its problems, and it's definitely repetitive. And did we really need another spin-off series? Probably not, but am I enjoying it? Hell yes, I am. And you could pry this series from my cold dead hands, okay? This is the second book that I got recommended off of like a Facebook short. It's like series that are easy to read, blah, 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 blah. And so I read it. And it's called Eyes of Devious Burgundy by Lacey Lacotzi. This is literally the worst book I have ever read. Worst book I've ever read. This is like my #1 most hated book in the universe right now, so buckle up. I did a whole 20-minute rant in my vlog for this book when I was reading it. This was like the first time in a long time that I wrote the angriest review. When I say angry, I don't really write angry reviews. Like, I don't want to be mean, but this book literally made me see red. I was so furious at it. I have never been this disgusted at a book, and this book is pitched as a Mulan meets The Handmaid's Tale dark fantasy book, okay? And I was like, cool, let's read it. Let's do it. It's a duology. Let's just do it. Let's read it. And I regret because it was a long book. How many pages was this? I think 600? 736 pages. And it has such high reviews. It has a 3.8 of 11,000 ratings. That's insane to me. I won't get into it here. Though I could rant about this book for a long time. It's degrading. It's awful. It's the MMC literally essays the FMC multiple times. The only redeemable character gets burned at the stake for doing absolutely like nothing wrong. There is torture in this book for people who did absolutely nothing wrong. Not saying torture or burning at the stake is fine if they did something wrong, but like there's multiple essays, multiple degrading talks about girls, females. Basically, this whole gist about this book is we're at war, so we're allowed to treat girls or females awfully because we're at war, and we're just allowed to do it because we're at war. So we can talk to you, we can treat you, we can do whatever we want to. And like, it was pitched as Mulan, so I was like, okay, so the female character is gonna be this badass warrior. She's pretending to be male in this camp, which it is. She is a female pretending to be a male in a camp, but as soon as she's discovered... Anyways, this book makes me incredibly angry. And the fact that people are out there giving it 5 stars and then like posting it and recommending it as this awesome badass FMC, Mulan retelling, Handmaid's retelling. MMC is so hot. Like, touch her and you die vibes. And I'm like, MMC literally essays her multiple times. What do you mean he's hot? This person says that they think it's one of their favorite books of the year. There are so many 5 and 4 stars for this book. This makes me question our society. It really does. Yeah, the whole premise of the book is there's a war between demons and angels, and you're following the demon side of it, and it is just a mess. And it's messy and it's gross, and it literally made me see red. And there are so many stupid moments in it. So many outrageously stupid moments. Like the whole book, most of the book is them slowly traveling on horseback because they're in a war, so they're traveling from one place to another. Oh my god, it's like I don't like books where they're just walking the whole time. It's just they're just traveling. This book, they're just traveling, and there's a lot of SA and female hate on females. So they're just walking. They're walking. They're strolling. They're walking. And then you get to the very end and realize we're a demon race and we all have wings, and this could have been over so much faster than what this was. I'm just getting angry at looking at 4 and 5 reviews. Usually I can be like, okay, everybody's reading taste is different. You can like whatever you like, but I'm honestly shocked. Anyways, I hated this book. I'm getting angry at looking at reviews about it because so many people love it. So many people love this book, and I'm like, did we read a completely different book? I think we did. The Weaver Bride by Linda Gregorovic. I gave this 3 stars. This one just took me a long time to read. I was really invested in it for a while, and then near the end, I literally had 10% left of the book, and I put it down for like 2 months, and then totally forgot about it. So finally I picked it up and just finished it. Overall, I remember liking it. There's this whole like magic system that has to do with females and their hair, and like females will get witches basically will get married off to men who are then like magicians or whatever, the warlocks. What are they? They're something who will then use their wives' hair for magical purposes. So like girls want to be married off because it like secures their future, but also if they're not married off by a certain age, they're sent to go work in like this horrible work field. I can't remember. Like nobody wants to not be married. Basically, they want a husband so they don't end up in that situation. So they're kind of like forced to want to get married. But anyways, she enters a competition for this bride to be the bride of a prince. So it's like the selection a little bit because there's like, I can't remember how many girls specifically, but they're like all these girls are picked to go compete to be the prince's bride. And she is one of them. And she's actually picked because the previous year when they had done the competition, a girl ended up dying, so they canceled the competition. And the brother of that girl actually found this girl and was like, hey, I need you to go. I need you to investigate my sister's death for me. Can you do that? And if you do this, I will secure you a match. Like, I will secure you a marriage. You won't have to go to this awful place that I forgot about. I can't remember what the story said. But that's the whole premise of the book. I enjoyed it. I don't think I'll be continuing on with the series just because I can't remember much. Lights Out and Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. I think I gave the Lights Out 4 stars and then Caught Up 3 stars. This is definitely red flag series. Red flag territory. Trigger warnings, look them up. There are dark romances, but they're so silly goofy. Like kicking my feet giggling, silly goofy. Lights Out is about a stalker. The MMC is a stalker. The FMC is a parasocial stalker. So they're like stalking each other and it's weird and there's trigger warnings and red flags, but it's so silly. It's so silly. It's like the way she writes it, her humor in this book is so funny. This book has blown up. Like I feel like I see it everywhere. Everybody knows it. Everybody talks about it. It was silly goofy time. I really appreciated reading it after Eyes of Devious Burgundy was still on the mind and I was still livid about it. So I was like, I just need something quick to read, and I picked this up. Actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and then continued with Caught Up, which is same series, same world. You see these characters in Caught Up, but you're following a different love story. Just was not invested in this love story as well at all. They're following the son of basically a mob boss and a cam girl? Is that what you would call her? She, like an OnlyFans person? I don't know what you would call her, but they're that love story is currently going on. It's not bad. I just wasn't as like silly, goofy, haha, fun time for me that Lights Out was. Accidental Assassin Volume 1, a webtoon graphic novel series that was sent to me on NetGalley for review. I did not read it on webtoon beforehand, just this version that it was sent to me, and I gave it 3 stars. It's not super memorable to me, and I've just read it. There's not much to say about the first volume. It's really just setting up. There is this girl who accidentally witnessed an assassination attempt from this like secret society, and they're like, well, we gotta kill her or she's gotta be like an assassin for us. And so they basically like test her to see if she can be an assassin. She gets paired up with the assassin who came to her workplace. Hate each other. I imagine it's gonna be an enemies to lovers. Not quite sure that's the vibe I'm getting though. If all the volumes were out, I'd probably binge them, but because it's just volume 1 and this doesn't release until pretty far, I think, September, I don't know if I will be continuing it. But it was like a fun little break, and it was a really fast read, and it made me feel better about my reading goal. A Vow and Vengeance. Jacqueline Rodriguez. I gave this book 5 stars. This is my first 5-star read. I think this was literally my first 5-star read of the year. That's crazy. My review for this was just stunning, no words. This is the second tarot magic book that I read. Sam has been begging me to read this for forever. So I was like, okay, I'll read it. And TBR game, so spoilers, this is part of my TBR game, but I love tarot magic is what I've decided. I love romantasy, dark academia, tarot magic. If a book has those 3 things in it, I'm gonna like it. This is basically Arcana Academy, but better, is how I would explain it. I still really liked Arcana Academy, but this one was just superior to it. They follow same-ish magic systems with tarot magic. This one follows, you only have one specific tarot card that you can use though. We're following Rune and Draven, I believe is the MMC. Yeah, Draven. Basically, Rune's whole family was taken as this part of like a selection to go from the immortal to the mortal lands, and she was like, I have to go get my family back. So she's trained, she's prepared, and she's ready to fight and kill and, you know, not let anybody get in her way to finding her family. So she makes herself get chosen in a selection, which is basically where like the immortals come over to the mortal realm, and they're like, you're gonna come over, and nobody knows what you really do once you go over like the wall. I don't want to say much because I don't want to spoil much, but things happen. She ends up at this academy for tarot magic stuff, tarot based, and Draven is there, and yeah, I just requested the second book on NetGalley, and I hope I get it. I really hope I get it. I really liked it. And I think it's only going to be a duology. My most recent read was Father Material by Alexis Hall. This is the 3rd and I believe final book in the Boyfriend Material trilogy. Really liked Boyfriend Material. Husband Material was okay. Father Material, also okay. Gave it 3 stars. There is a rom-com, is what it is. And you're basically following Lucas, who is the son of this like big time rock star, and he has like this lot of PTSD from his dad. This is from book 1. And then like Oliver, who is not a lawyer. He is a bear bubby boo. He's not a lawyer, but he does lawyering of a kind. And I can't remember what that kind is, and I just read this book. Anyways, each book is following a different step in their relationship. I'm guessing what you can guess what Father Material is about and Husband Material is about. But yeah, so just like a wrap up of their story a little bit. I believe it's the 3rd and final book. The pacing in this book was a little bit all over the place for me, and like we would have very sudden time changes, but you wouldn't know it was like months later or anything like that until they mentioned something from a previous chapter being from last year. Like randomly they're like, oh yeah, we got our dog like 4 months ago, and I'm like, that was last chapter, what do you mean? Like, so there's a lot of weird like time jumps, I think. It's also a really long book. Like I wasn't expecting it to be as long as it was. I felt kind of bored during parts of it, but like overall I like the trilogy. It's good. I recommend it. It's silly goofy. There's some like mental health struggles as well in there. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. And those are the 22 books I've read so far this year, with 1 5-star. Oh, I'm so far behind and I don't know what to do. It's fine, whatever. My reading vlogs, I usually talk about more of the book Kind of, sometimes. Sometimes it's just me getting drunk at Epcot. But maybe you want to see that too. And those are the 22 books I've read so far this year. You let me know what's been your, if you have a 5-star. Let me know down below what it is, because I need more 5-star books. If you have any recommendations for dark academia, tarot magic, romantasy vibes, would love. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!